my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I am doing another holiday look for you, and this one is more of a gold, bronzy, smoky eye look with a bold lip again. During the holidays, this is when I really bring out the red lipsticks. So, and you should too. Do not be afraid of red, no matter what your age. All right, and we are going to be using mostly Flower Cosmetics in this tutorial. With the exception of, some brushes and a lip liner and just a couple of things. And as I go along, I kind of give you my feel for the actual products. All right, so stick around if you want to see how I got this look. All right, my bad, my friends. I recorded 12 minutes of this video. I've already got my foundation, my concealer, and my powder on. So I wanted to walk you through that really quick, what I did. I started with the primer by Hangover Too Faced. I used that as my primer today. And then I went in with the Flower because I'm trying to use all Flower brand today. But many of you asked me if I had ever tried this and what I thought of it. It's the Light Illusion Luminous Makeup by Flower. So we're using that. Everything will be listed and linked below for you, and all the colors will be below for you. Okay, so I also used, to set the foundation, I used the Flower regular powder. This is the loose powder, and this is in number 101. And then as for my concealer, I used the Flower Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. Now they aren't perfect for me. They're a little warm for me, but we can make do. So if you do have the same skin color as me and you like to have brightness around your eyes, this is going to be too warm. And this one is the 1-2. Yeah, medium 1-2, light medium. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing it. And these can all be, I'll have everything listed and linked below for you, but they can be purchased in my area at Walmart and Ulta. You have a better chance at getting products that aren't smashed and ruined at Ulta than you do at Walmart. Okay, and so then over my face is that beautiful glow powder that I compared to the La Mer powder, and this is a very good dupe. It's not identical, but it is a very good dupe, and this is the Miracle Glow Satin Finishing Powder. So look for that when you are out buying some Flower goods, because it really is nice. It has just a subtle hint of satin to it. And I have on my lips the Emile Cordon lip balm, just to lubricate them, because we're going to be wearing a sassy red again, a different red, and this is from Flower. So I think we're all caught up now. So under my eyes, I used the regular powder to set, and then my whole face, I used the Miracle Glow powder to set. Okay, so now we can move forward. So I'm going to be using the Flower eyeshadow palette, and this one is called the Golden Natural. Now these shadows, they're very pretty. I've only swiped them on my hand. I haven't used them on my eyes. I can't speak for fallout or anything like that, but I will say they are very soft shadows, so there is a lot of crumble. And there are, in this palette, 1, 2, 3 matte colors. So we're going to work with this palette. I think I'm going to go for a very golden, smoky eye with a holiday look to it. And we're going to use a really bold red lip again, okay? So I'm going to go in first with this shade right here, because it's a matte and it's neutral. Okay, and so we are going to pick up the Sigma E40 tapered brush. I'm not going to name everything. You'll have to look below the video because it just holds me back, all right? And I'm going to take that and I'm going to go into that 4th color in the palette. It's a muted matte tone, and I want to use this as my contour in my crease, or transition shade. Tap it off to make, because I'm not familiar with the fallout of these. And then I'm going to just place the brush, and I want to just go ahead and sweep in my crease. Pick up some more, tap it off, and just really concentrate on the crease area. And because you're working with a really fluffy brush, you can place it in the crease first, really work the crease area first, and then just move the brush slightly up and just feather that shadow to give yourself a nice soft blend. Okay, if you look, there's just a slight difference between the eyes, but you can see it lifts the eye up, where this one is just slightly drooped a little, okay? So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick up a little more color, and I want to really just concentrate on the crease. Now, if you have very narrow eyes, you don't want to get any shadow right here because you're going to pull your eyes together. So when you're going to place your brush on your eye, see where your eyebrow, right? It's called, some people call this the tadpole. It's like the tail of the tadpole. Start your brush right here. Avoid the whole 1/4 inch of your eyebrow here and just place that shadow there and focus your color more on the outer part because you'll help to widen your eye, okay? Tip of the tutorial. Okay, and that is what you're left with. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so that is the first shadow, which is just your transition. And you can build this up to the intensity you want, whatever works for you. But remember, with a bold lip, you don't want your eyes to compete with the lip. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up a clean M510 brush by Morphe. And I'm just going to make sure that I have it really blended well above the crease. So now I want to play with a little bit of gold on my lid. And I'm going to pick up a little flat shader brush, and this is an E55. And I'm going to go into this gold shade right here. It's more of a bronzy gold first. Okay, so we're going to lay our brush and just pick up some of that color. There's a lot of kick up with these, so be very, very careful. I would even suggest for those of you who really struggle with fallout or cleaning your face up afterwards, do your eyes first and then go in with your foundation. Okay, so this I'm going to place all over the lid. Remember, I've not worked with these shadows to really know what they're like. But I'm really just packing this on right now. For the holidays, we can go satin. I would even dare to say that you can add a little bit of sparkle if you'd like, because it is the holidays. Just make sure that you're doing it in small doses. All right, so I'm going to continue to build that up. I pack it on first, and then I'm going to sweep. And you'll notice when you sweep, you bring out the satin finish even more. Don't mess around with the crease. So that's what we have so far. Okay, do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so we have a little bit of satin finish brought over the bottom of the lid. So now we're going to start working the outer corner of the eye. Now for this one, I always suggest a very small, dense brush, even if you have, this would be a fabulous one, the Artiste. I think this is the #1 or the #4. It's the round brush. It's the 1R. One round, and it's very dense, and it helps you just to place exactly where you want. So I'm going to go in and take this brown here, the second one from the end. I'm going to tap this brush in. See how much, there's a lot of kick up in this product, okay? So you want to be really careful. Tap that off, and that's why it's nice to work with a brush like this, because you're not really, we're going to place this on. Okay, so I need my mirror for this because I'm almost 60 and blind as a bat. I'm not really blind, I just have old eyes. All right, so I'm just going to place this right on the outer V, and you'll see by working with a small round brush how much easier this is to do. And these round brushes can be found in less expensive brands than this. And I'm just going to keep picking up and build that outer corner up. Again, now this color is turning a little gray on me, which is okay for this look, but not my favorite. And then when you have it really tapped in, you can do a little swiping, but I would swipe only in. So you're doing just a half of the eye there, okay? Same thing on the other eye. So it should look something like this. And so now I'm going to go in with a soft, fluffy brush again. You can use the same one you used earlier. And you want to just lightly, and remember, hold your brush far out. You want to lightly just sweep that line right there so that you don't see where it stops and goes. And then you can just lightly sweep, but always sweep up on the end, and you just lift it up slightly, okay? I'm going to use my Tom Ford flat brush for this, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up some of that gold next to the bronzier one we used right there, okay? I'm going to tap my brush in very lightly, and then I'm going to tap it off, and I'm just going to place this in the inner eye just to brighten it up. Okay, same thing on the other eye. Okay, so it should look something like this. Now you can go in with a brush and just lightly sweep over the eyelid just to soften any hard edge. Okay, so I think that's it for the upper part of the eye. So now I'm going to move on to the lower part of the eye. So we're going to take a pointed brush. I'm going to go back into the bronzier shade, tap that off, and I want to go ahead and just sweep that underneath my eye. Remember, this is a holiday look. I wouldn't wear this every day, but for the holidays. Okay, so we have a little bit of that bronze tone gold. So now I'm going to dip into the brown that I used, just on the very tip of my pointed dome brush. And I want to just place this and join it up. So we really give the illusion of our eyes up, going up. Okay, so that is it for the eyeshadow. So now I'm going to go in with the Flower. This is the Vinyl Eyes Glossy Gel Eyeliner, and I'm going to do my tight lining with this. I don't know how this is going to work. It could transfer, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. So I'm just going to lightly brush this along my lash line all the way, and I'll do it once or twice. Okay, so that is what it looks like. Okay, do the other eye. Okay, so we are tight lined. So now, this is the, I'm not going to use a Flower product here. I don't know what happened to it. I bought a gold by Maybelline or L'Oreal, one of them, and I don't know what I did with it amongst my mess here. So because I can't find that, I'm going to use 23L by Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes. It's a very light pink. I want to brighten the lower lash line, and this has a little satin finish itself without having any glitter. But I want to open my eyes because I'm using, you know, darkness around them. So just, if you can find a pretty gold, that would be really nice. I know that I bought one, like I said, but don't ask me where it is. In this crazy old menopause brain, I don't know. Okay? All right. So you see how that'll just brighten the eye up, and once we get the mascara really built up, you'll really see it. Yeah. Okay, right now, because I don't have a bronzer in that, I'm going to go ahead with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up my face a little. And I think I'm just going to use my fan brush for this because I do love using it for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add a little bit of bronze to my cheeks. Not too much, just enough. I'm going to round out the forehead here a little bit, put a little soft glow. Little bit here. Okay, so there we have just a little bit of bronze going on. So let's go ahead and try this by Flower. It's a better peach for this look. And I'm just going to take, this isn't a blush brush, but you know me. This is the MAC 135 brush. It's just a flat type paddle brush, and I'm going to work some of that powder into this brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and add it onto my cheeks. It's not perfect, but it'll do. We'll just work it in really well. Let's try tapping it on. Yeah, tapping gives you better control. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just work that right into my cheek area. All right, okay, because, you know, I can't help myself. I'm going to work a little bit of that in, and I'm going to sweep it over my brow so that I marry those colors together with my cheeks. Okay, so that is what it looks like so far. So now let's go into our highlighter. And I have the Flower Shimmer and Strobe Highlights palette in SP1. It has 3 different highlights. None of them are perfect for me, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch so you can see. There is a cream, a yellow, there is a rosy pink tone, a cream, and then there is a definite gold yellow. So None of them are a fave of mine, but I'm going to go ahead. We'll use the goldish tone. And we're just going to tap my favorite feathering brush in. And I'm going to tap this off because I don't know how this is going to play. And we're going to go ahead, going to go ahead and sweep that on. Now, I'm not crazy about this, okay? I'm not, because I don't like to see that, but I'm going to show you how we can possibly fix it. So I'll do both sides. You'll see it's like two blobs just sitting on my cheeks. As an aging woman, we should not see that. So I'm going to take the brush that I applied my powder, and I'm really going to, I don't want to remove any of this, but I'm going to tilt it. See how I'm tilting that brush? And I'm just really working on the highlight there, and you'll see it kind of blends it, but it also adds whatever powder's on your brush into it to tone it down, okay? So there we have that, okay? We're not too crazy about that, but anyway. So now I have to groom my eyebrows before I put my brows on, and I just use a little spoolie. You can buy packs of these. And I just make sure that they're all combed and laying nicely, because there's nothing worse than aging, unruly eyebrows. You know I'm telling the truth, okay? So I need to have my mirror very close. I'll fast forward, but stay on camera for this because many of you like to see this. So here we go. Okay, so I have the Anastasia Brow Wiz on. Now I'm going to go through with the gel because it's very important. For the white brows that don't cover, we don't want those hanging out. So we're going to go ahead and brush this through. Off on me, so here I'm back. I have to say, something I'm noticing about these shadows is the satin finish kind of just disappears, and I'm not really crazy about that, okay? But we're gonna leave that. Okay, so this blush is not really doing anything for me, so I'm gonna go ahead with the Ambient, and this is the Diffused Heat by Hourglass, and I'm gonna pick some of it up. It's the one that has the cherry swirls, and I'm just gonna tap some of that off, and I'm gonna go ahead and just really, I think it's the highlighter I don't like. The highlighter is not good for, I mean, if you like that kind of look for your highlighter, then it's okay, but aging women are going to get in trouble with that because it's just going to accentuate, okay? So I'm just going to soften that out, all right? And I'll just take a sweep of this over my eye just to add a pretty soft sheen to it, okay? So that's that. So now we need to do our mascara, and I'm going to use a different lash curler today. The lash curler I'm going to use is my Shiseido lash curler, because the Shiseido really fans the eyes out beautiful, and because I don't wear false eyelashes, and I just want to mention this before I forget. For a look like this, try to get the whites of your eyes really white. Now it's a weekend day for me, and it's later in the day, so Lou and I have been out and about doing things. But the Lumify will really keep your eyes white. So put it in, if you wear contacts, put it in 10 minutes before your contacts, and then your eyes will stay really white for about 6 hours, 8 hours. Mine, I put it in this morning, and it's kind of wearing down, but for a holiday look, it's really important to have your eyes looking really bright, okay? Now, with the Shiseido lash curler, you have to just slightly angle your eyes because it is shaped more for an almond eye. It's a little bit flatter than most lash curlers, but boy, it fans beautifully. So I'm gonna go ahead. I have to go into the mirror, my friends, so I'll be right back after curling. Okay, so this eye is curled. So now, because I want to really build up my lashes, I'm going to go in with the Revita Lash, and this is their volumizing primer. It's a cobalt blue, so you know exactly where you're placing it. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to really, really build up the outer lashes because I want to really fan them out. So go on the top layer, put some of that primer on there, and then the outer, the under lashes, and really, really, really work up that outer, and then fan it through and just put it on all of your lashes. Really get every little lash. You want your eyelashes to really stand out with this look. If you're a false eyelash wearer, really, so they get a pair that really fan out beautifully on the outer part. Or you can use individual lashes if you have really thin My lashes are in really good shape right now. And I have started, the Babe Lash is what I've been buying now because I can't get the Revita Lash wholesale anymore. I can still get the Babe Lash, and to be honest with you, the Babe Lash actually works just a little bit slower than the Revita Lash, but both get the job done, okay? So I love this Sam Marcel mascara, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to apply this, really focusing on those outer lashes, and I'll probably do 2 layers of mascara. I have to be honest, there's a tiny bit of flaking with this, but it's usually when you're putting the second layer on, and then I don't see much during the day. So keep that in mind. And I do have a code below for Sam Marcel and also the Emile Cordon lip balm that I use. But they're not links that generate me any money. They're just links the company gave me so that you guys could save some money. And that's what it's about, us saving a little bit of money when we can. Okay, so there is 1 layer with the primer on. It makes a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and I'll be back. Okay, so I have built the lashes up where they almost look like fake eyelashes, but they aren't. And that is just a layer of primer and 2 layers of a volumizing mascara. It doesn't matter what brand you use. So now, because it is normally, a lot of times I don't like to put anything on the lower lashes because I think it's aging. But for, you know, a special occasion, you really want your eyes to stand out. So I'm just going to touch lightly, and I'm trying to focus mostly on the root of the lower lash versus the actual lash itself. Okay, so the eyes are done. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my lip. And this is another matte lipstick. And it is, it's a very pretty shade, and it's by Flower. And it is 100, called Poppy Pout, okay? And it is another beautiful red. And many of you were saying that you really wish you could wear reds, but you don't really know, or to get the nerve up. Okay, if it's something to do with nerve, first of all, throw away that old saying that women of age cannot wear red lipstick. Yes, we can, but it is very important that you find the tone of red that works for your skin. So for instance, I am yellow leaning more towards olive. So for me to have a red lipstick really work for me, it has to be a warmer red, which means it will usually be based with yellow or orange, mostly orange. And then if you're somebody who's cool and you wear cooler tones, you are to look for a red that is made with blue undertones or a neutral. So you want a pinkier red or a bluer red versus my orangey yellower red. The orangey reds work perfect for me, okay? And I can get away with a neutral because the Sam Marcel that I wore in my last tutorial is actually more of a pinky red, which keeps it in the neutral family for me. If it had more blue to it, it would have ruined it altogether. So if you're not sure what's warm or cool, put a lipstick on. If it makes your teeth look yellow, it's warm. If it makes your teeth look really white, it's blue undertone. Unfortunately, blues don't look good on me, so I have to suffer with yellow teeth a little bit, all right? So that's just a little tip when out buying for red. And there are several shades or levels of red. You don't have to have the va-va-voom. And matte lipsticks don't always look good on everybody. I don't really care for matte, but I bought the mattes because that's what was available in the colors I like. But I do like something that has a satin finish, and sometimes a red is easier to handle if there's a little bit of a satin finish to it. Matte will be a bolder lip as far as I'm concerned, but just play around it. Revlon has something, I think, Fire and Ice. You can look at. I wish I knew more of the cooler tone reds, but I don't. But you know, you don't have to go high end either. You know, look at some drugstore, and you know, they have testers at Ulta, so you can now test things, okay? So we're gonna use a lip liner, and this is by Laura Mercier because there were no lip liners available in the Flower line. So we are going to go with Warm Poppy, and this is a beautiful, beautiful red. And I'm gonna go ahead, now what I do is I usually run my foundation right over my lips because I do have a lot of bluing in my lips, so it will make my lipsticks look different. So I go ahead, I don't add powder over, I just take what's left over on the brush. So we're going to take the liner and I'm going to line my lips. So the lips are lined, so now I'm going to go in with 100 Poppy Pout, I'm sorry, it's a matte Poppy Pout, okay? So there is the look of the lip, and a matte lipstick will stay in place for you longer. I can accept or handle a matte lipstick over the long-lasting ones. These I don't feel are as aging on the lips as the long-lasting ones are, but I do prefer a satin lipstick. Not a frosted, a satin. But anyway, that is the look. Now I'm going to take my hair down and I'll be right back. But I'm going to zoom out slightly. And I'm going to just turn slowly so you can see how I have my rollers. And well, I'll just tell you, these rollers are all rolled back. And I lift the hair straight up and roll right down so that I have a lift of volume. This one here is turned under and I over exaggerate and roll it down. This one is rolled up. And then this one is rolled up. All the ones in the back are rolled down. This side is this is rolled back and this one is rolled back. Because usually I part my hair when I'm getting really dressed up. It's usually a side part. So I always want one side kind of flowing and sweeping back. But with that being said, my hair does whatever it wants when it comes out of the roller. So we shall see what I look like when we come back. I'm going to go change and put my festive wear on and I'll be right back. I am back with the finished look. My hair, again, it's sleeker versus being all over the place and full. And I bought these gorgeous, gorgeous Kate Spade hoops. I absolutely love them. They're rhinestone all the way around. And then the back of them is a polished gold, just beautiful. Lord & Taylor is in Friends and Family today, so they were 30% off, and I just love them. And as usual, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, subscribe. We are living life here. Go out in the world and be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.